Social structure is the next logical topic after learning about Mead and socialization, because social structure is the foundation for culture, the foundation for how we interact with other people. We start our discussion of social structure by looking at social interaction, that process by which people act and react in relation to others. We rely on social structure to make sense out of everyday situations. You can think of social structure almost like a map that guides our daily interactions. And when we are thinking about interactions, it is our acting and reacting in relation to others who we are personally involved with, or we can be reacting to the products of others, such as a book or a movie or a television show or YouTube video. One major element of social structure is the status, a social position that an individual occupies. It is a position. So it doesn't really matter who the person is, it matters what the position is. So if you think of any traditional classroom, there are two positions within that classroom. There is a teacher position and there is a student position. Now there might be multiples of that student position, but those are the only two positions available within a classroom. And it really doesn't matter who steps into those spots and takes those places and occupies those statuses. What's important for social structure is the presence or absence of statuses. There are various different types of statuses. Ascribed and achieved, where ascribed is defined as involuntary. Think of that like born with it kind of statuses. And achieved statuses would be voluntary. So it would be the ascribed statuses might be your race and ethnicity, your parental income. You can't pick that. Your achieved statuses would be things like if you achieve a high school diploma, if you get married and have children. It's those things later in life that you decide that you want to occupy those statuses. The ascribed statuses are the ones that you really don't have any choice. You're in them just by virtue of being alive. Some fun kind of ones, the situational and the bridging are just kind of fun. So situational would be like a pedestrian. You are only a pedestrian while you are walking along the sidewalk. As soon as you go into a building, not a pedestrian. Bridging is very similar. It's a bridge between two statuses, like being engaged or being pregnant. And a master status is a special identity. It is a status that overrides all your other statuses. So if you are disabled and wheelchair bound, then that would be your overriding status. It would impact every single thing that you did. Now, when we go to deviance, we're going to look a little bit more at those master statuses. So when I think of statuses, I think of that old book with the man with 100 hats, because that's really what it is. We occupy a multitude of statuses, and we can put them all together into a status set. That is that set of statuses that you hold at any one time. Currently, at this moment, I am occupying the position of teacher. I'm also occupying the position of mother, because my children are around here somewhere, and occupying the position of wife, because my husband is also here. So I'm not occupying this position of house cleaner, which I probably should be right now, and or laundry folder. But, it is what it is, right? So when we're looking at these different statuses, they can be relationship level statuses, they can be employment statuses, they can be education statuses. You can belong to different clubs and groups and organizations. You can be fans, like my 20-year-old is a huge 21 Pilots fan. Camp out for 9 days to get front row seats. 21 Pilots fan. So she would put that on her status set. It would be, I am a fan on there. I don't know that I've ever loved a band that much. I don't know that I would have that on my status set, but all of us will have a list that is unique to us. So along with the position comes norms, expectations for behavior. And when these norms are tied directly to a status, we call them a role. So statuses have roles that are attached to them. So if you are a mother, you would be a disciplinarian, a sports authority, a dietitian, all those things that the moms are supposed to be doing that are moms. Or a student, what is a student supposed to be doing? Almost like it's a play And the status is the character, and the role is like the character description. This is what they are supposed to do. These are the expectations for behavior for this specific status. Because life is so complicated and we occupy multiple statuses, we have to look at role conflict and role strain. Role conflict is two or more statuses in conflict with each other. For me, it is almost always the teacher and the mom. Those are the two that are like, directly in contact with each other, in conflict all the time, every day. Role strain would be involving a single status, where the role set, the expectations for that one status conflict with each other. They are not meshing at all. They're not cooperative. They're not, they don't make sense. It's just not working. The role conflict is between two or more statuses. Role strain is one status. That's a better way to keep those separated in your mind. If you remember Goffman from Socialization, he is a symbolic interactionist, and he really took that life as a stage thing to its obvious conclusion and looked at how we interact status to status with others in public and in private as dramaturgical analysis, almost like it's a stage. When we leave the house, we put on a show. We step into whatever status it is. We have the props, we have the costume, we have the mannerisms, we play. I'm playing the teacher right now at my own house in sweats, talking at a screen, but I'm still putting on a teacher show. We don't have video, so I can't really have any kind of props or anything fun like that, but I can hopefully have some tone of voice and presentation of self, maybe just a tiny bit. So presentation of self is that impression management, trying to make yourself look in the best light possible, like going on a job interview and putting the best you out there. We do that for the most part. We kind of play all day from stage to stage to stage to stage, and you finally get to go home and relax and be backstage you, which is probably the closest to the true you that there is.